Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing, I know it's early, but I could not help it. I am doing a fall inspired smoky eye for you guys. I paired it with like 4 lip combinations because I honestly could not choose which one I wanted to do. So I am extremely happy with how this looks. I did kind of more of a fresh skin look, more of a dewy skin look, and then I paired it with a darker eye than I normally would go for. But I thought, hey, let's have fun with makeup, let's play. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you soon. Bye guys. I am starting out with my eyes today. I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution concealer. This is a great dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I absolutely love that one. This one is a great second best to that. It even has the big applicator like the Tarte Shape Tape does, and it's not even half the price. I love using this to use as a primer for my eyeshadows, and I go in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge just to blend everything out so there's a nice even layer of primer and concealer on our eyes. That way it's not too bunchy and it's not uneven. Next, I am taking this kind of warmish tone. It's a little bit darker than my skin tone. Whenever I do a smoky eye, I like to use a darker eyeshadow just to set my primer or concealer, whatever you're using. That way it adds another layer to the smoky eye and it's not just one flat color underneath. You have a little bit of depth in there. So I'm using this big fluffy brush just to press and pounce and set the concealer. And I'm also taking that up into the crease and kind of blending it into the transition area. And that will be my transition color for the smoky eye. Now I am going to go in with this shade that is a little bit darker than the one that we just went into. And I'm going to put that right in the crease area with a smaller brush than the big one that we were using for the initial transition color. And I'm going to go just a little bit lower, a little more in depth on the crease, just to build up some definition. That way it's multi-dimensional. That's a fancy word. And it's not just one toned. I like using this trick especially for smoky eyes because you do want to have more than one color laid down. Just it adds more depth to the smoky eye and it's not just flat. And then I'm going to go back in with that original brush and start blending everything out so there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm taking this deep chocolatey brown color. I absolutely love this color. This is perfect on the outer corner. I'm taking an even smaller brush and I'm going to begin to build this up on the outer corner just so that it adds a little more depth and kind of elongates my eyes. I do have little squinty eyes sometimes, and so I like to use this trick and just really build that color up in the outer corner by pouncing it. And then once I have it built up a little bit, I will begin to blend it in towards the inner corner. But I always start out with pouncing motions. That way I get the most pigment on the outer corner and it's not fluffing everywhere or it's not moving around where I don't want it to. So again, I'm pouncing. I cannot speak today and I apologize for that. I will begin to pounce that and just build up the color to where you want it and the depth that you want it. You can build this up or leave it pretty faint. And then I'm going to go over the lid with this gorgeous coppery golden color. I'm going to get it on a flat brush and I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus just so that it's extra metallic and in your face. Because I feel like when you're doing fall looks, you have the ability to do this. Well, really in general, you can do this with any kind of look. Fall, winter, summer, spring. And I'm just going to press that onto the lid and I'm going to kind of carve out my crease a little bit just so that it's not glitter all over the eye. I do want to keep some of that depth in the outer corner. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus on the other side and just press that into the eye. That way we get the most pigment where we want it and it's not all over the face. So once that takes a couple seconds to dry, I will go back in with any brush, any of the brushes we've used, and then begin to blend that out a little bit. You don't want to go in straight away because otherwise it'll still be a little bit tacky and it won't blend the way that you want it to. But if you wait a couple seconds, let that Fix Plus dry, you can go in and easily blend out anything, which is what I was doing there. Next, I'm going to take a little bit more of this gold shade, this like yellowy gold shade, and I'm just going to take this on my finger and I'm going to press this right in the middle of my eyelid, pretty much right over the iris. That way it brings a lot more attention to the center of the eyelid, and that will bring a lot more attention to the eyes. I am now going to the face. I am mixing two primers together. One is the e.l.f. Poreless Primer, and the other one is the e.l.f. Illuminating Primer. I didn't want to go straight with the illuminating one, so I mixed the two together, about 1 pump of each on the back of my hand, and I am now pressing this into the skin just to add a little bit of luminosity, I guess, to the face, just so that it's not completely matte. That's not the look I'm going for today. I want something that's a little bit more dewy and hydrated looking. I am now going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Stick Concealer. I have fallen back in love with this. I bought this recently again, and oh my gosh, I forgot how much I love this. I am just going to stripe my face all over the face with this stuff. My skin has not been behaving lately, and so any amount of coverage that I can get, I'll take. And I got something in my eye right there, a little piece of glitter. But I will use this, and then I will just go in with any kind of foundation brush that you prefer. I have this really thick, it almost reminds me of the Morphe one. And again, I'm going to go in with Fix Plus just to blend it out a lot easier. I found that this really works when you're working with like a stick concealer or anything that's really thick. This will work with. The more thin, foundation, the more thin the foundation is, this really isn't going to work. But the thicker ones and stick foundations, this works like a dream to help blend it out. So I'm just going to buff that all over the face and make sure that everything is smooth and buffed in. Like I said, I have been loving this foundation. It is so easy to blend, and it is very inexpensive for the amount of product that you get. I am now going to go in with this Max Factor. It's kind of like a highlighting concealer pen. I didn't want a ton of coverage underneath the eyes just because with the heavy amount of eyeshadow that we have going on, I didn't really want anything too heavy underneath. So I'm going in with this. I need it really badly. I had just worked 8-hour shift and I had been up since 4, so I needed a little extra help underneath the eyes. To help even that out, I'm going to do a little bit on the forehead, down the center of the nose, a little bit on the chin. And I'm going to go back in with that Real Techniques Beauty Sponge just to blend everything out. I don't know why my eyes got super watery here, so my nose looks red. It's not usually that red, but I don't know if something got in them or what, but it just started watering like crazy. So I apologize for that. But I just use this to kind of pounce it all over the face, blend everything in so that there's no harsh lines and it all is kind of seamless. Again, this is my favorite way to do concealer. I am now going in with this BYS contour palette. I got this off Amazon. I had not realized how little it was. Apparently this is the on-the-go palette. But I'm taking the banana shade and that lighter vanilla shade, and I'm going to use that to set underneath my eyes. These are the two colors that I've been using to set underneath my eyes, and they work perfectly. And I love the way that this powder has a finish that it sets everything, but it's not too heavy or too cakey underneath the eyes, but it also doesn't look too powdery. If you ever see this on Amazon, buy it because this palette is awesome. And then I will go in with just the lightest shade in this palette, and I will set the rest of my face. I will go through the T-zone, on the forehead, down the nose, around the nose, on the chin, all the areas where you would generally get more oily throughout the day. That is where I am putting this powder, and it's awesome. I am now going to go in with the cutest little Hoola bronzer I have ever seen. I've always wanted to try this, and I got it in one of my subscription boxes, and I was like, yes, can't wait. And I have been loving it ever since. So I'm going a little bit hard with the bronzer today. I wanted it to kind of be a bronzy look, but not overly tan, I guess is the word you could say. And so I felt like the Hoola bronzer was perfect for that because you can go heavy-handed with it and it still looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going around the perimeter of my face with Hoola. I am now going to go in with Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter, and I'm just going to take that on a short little stippling brush. I know this is probably not technically the brush to use for a highlighter, but it's the one that I grabbed because it was the closest. So I'm going to do that on the high points of my cheekbones, on my brow bone, a little bit on the nose, Cupid's bow, chin, little bit on the forehead, just where the places where you want the light to hit. And this highlighter is absolutely perfect for this kind of look. It just fits right in with everything. I am now going to do my brows, and I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil. I think this is in the shade natural brown, I believe. But I am not doing anything too crazy with my eyebrows. I go through, fill in the sparse areas. I've got a couple little sparse areas on both sides of the brows, and so I just go in and lightly fill those in just where I see fit. I really didn't want to go in and completely do the brows just because I think that looks weird on me. But that's some people. Some people can pull it off, and I applaud them for that because I cannot do it. And then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia brow gel, liquid brow, something like that. I'll leave it below. I should know the name. It's been around for a while. And now I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Trooper mascara. I cannot speak today. Trooper eyeliner. This is just a black liquid liner. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to go in and create just a little bit of a... I dropped it here. That's what you're seeing me look down for. I'm going to go in and create just a little wing just to define the eyes a little bit more. I feel like when you're doing a smoky eye, you really do want to have just a little bit of eyeliner just to kind of set it and define your eyes just a little bit more. And like I said, just a teeny tiny little baby wing just to elongate my eyes just a little bit more. Because, again, I have teeny little squinty eyes. I am now going to go in with mascara. I cannot for the life of me remember the name of this mascara. It will be listed below. But it is awesome. I was contemplating going in with false lashes just because with smoky eyes, they generally do look better with false lashes. But once I put this mascara on, I was like, nope, don't need them. Don't want to do it. So I just go in with a couple coats of this. I start at the base and wiggle out toward the end of the eyelash. That way it kind of builds and voluminizes everything as it goes up. So I've been loving that lately. And this mascara is so black. It just makes everything so beautiful with the lashes. And if you have short little lashes, I highly recommend this mascara because it does an amazing job at separating and defining, but it also gives them a lot of volume. It's just awesome mascara. There's nothing more I can say about it. So like I said, couple coats on the top, and then that'll do it for that. I'm going to sit there and let that dry for a little bit. I am now going to go back to the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to take that chocolatey brown color again that we used on the outer corner, and I'm going to take that on a flat brush and just run that along the lower lash line from inner to outer corner, from outer to inner corner, because with this, I didn't want to stop just halfway. I wanted to go pretty much all the way across. That way it kind of all met up together. Excuse me. But this color was perfect for the bottom lash line. And now I'm going to take just an itty bitty pencil brush, and I'm going to take that first color that we went in with just to set our concealer and blend everything out. I feel like if you're going to do a smoky eye and you're going to do stuff on the bottom lash line, you are going to have to go for it and blend it out. Now I'm going in with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara for my lower lashes. This is my all-time favorite lower lash mascara. There's nothing that I can say that beats it for me. So I'm doing that, coating it a couple times on the lower lash line. You never want to leave your lower lashes blank like that. Now I'm going in with the first lip color. I wanted to do kind of a nudish lip for this, and so I went in with this NYX Butter Gloss, and I realized, oh, you know, this is a really pretty color, but it's not exactly the color that I want to go for. I feel like it really washed my face out. So I wanted to go in with this kind of berry, really light lip gloss just to see if that helped with anything. And with this kind of eye, I had looked at it and I had finished putting it on, and I really liked how the lip combination looked. But with the cooler tone or the warmer tones that we had going on with the eyes, it just didn't look right to me. So now I'm going in with the Kat Von D Lolita liquid lipstick, and I felt like that was the perfect color for the look that I was going for. So that is the one that I stuck with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video.